My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is November 3rd, 2024. It is 4:24 a.m. On my last video, I had some issues with the internet, so I guess the daytime saving light just happened. So I have 12 tweets to share with you. These last two tweets were supposed to be on the last group, but while the computer was having some issues, and then later on I found out that it's about the royal family, so I didn't want to put it with politics. So now we have 12 tweets to go over. Okay, I may not go over all of the comments. If I do, it's gonna take long, and then probably we'll have two parts to it. So let's look at the background. Feel free to skip. 4,456 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. $116.21. Analytics. In the last 48 hours, 523 views in the last 48 hours. So let's go on Twitter. That was the last tweet that I shared with you in my last video, where LeBron James was explaining why he endorsed Kamala Harris. Okay, so we start with this. This I've shared, screenshot on my community board. Her Majesty the Queen Consort, Behind Closed Doors, is a new documentary following the Queen as she works to raise awareness of domestic and sexual abuse, sexual violence. Coming soon to ITV. Alright, so there's Mike. Oh my god, 26 people like it. There's that, 48 people like it. Okay, so I'll go into the comment, and some of them will be definitely screenshot. Let's listen to this. It's 29 seconds. Maybe I'll leave the script at the bottom. Her face will be, I don't know. When I'm editing, I'll figure out something. But the reason you are seeing screenshot, if you are new to my channel, for some reason, YouTube usually flag me, give me copyright if I share a video. So I just put the screenshot. Okay, just listen.
I don't know where you'd like to begin.
I don't know either. Okay, so there's a music right after she said, I don't know, what is it, where you like to begin or something like that. So I'm going to move it back slightly. It will be mute. Wherever there's music, it will be mute. Okay, I will mute it.
Chess told me let me pull the trigger.
I just want to do something about this.
She's giving survivors a voice.
Oh my god.
With determination and courage,
oh my god,
we will succeed.
I literally almost spilled my coffee. I saw it. When I first saw it, I skimmed through it. Like for instance, this one, when I saw that part, not this, 1 in 5 adults are victims of domestic abuse. I saw that while I was putting on the list or whatever, and I respond to that. I literally, when I heard her said something, she wants to do something about it, I literally almost spilled my coffee. Oh my god, these people are playing people. Okay, so there's me here. Okay, Princess Diana was 1 in 5 adult victims of domestic abuse. The consort was one of the primary suspects. I hope the document highlight that. Okay, so this is Netflix back in 2020 who put Diana in her own words. Okay, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Obviously, screenshot. Let me put it here. There will be screenshot. Just listen.
When I arrived at Karen's house, there was a letter on my bed from Camilla,
Okay.
dated 2 days previous, saying such exciting news about the engagement. Do let's have lunch soon when Prince Will goes to Australia and New Zealand. And love to see the ring. Lots of love, Camilla.
The curse ring, by the way.
And that was, wow. may recall seeing a picture of me sobbing in a red coat when he went off on his aeroplane. That was nothing to do with him going. The most awful thing had happened before he went. I was in his study talking to him about this. The telephone rang, it was Camilla. Just before he was going for 5 weeks. So I thought, shall I be nice or shall I just sit here?
This is what happens when people keeps on being nice. They keep on taking advantage of you. That's the thing. Alright, so let's continue.
Be nice, so I left them to it. And it just broke my heart.
There's the
So I organised lunch. We had lunch, and very tricky indeed. She said, "You're not going to hunt, are you?" I said, "No." I just wanted to know that. But as far as she was concerned, that was her communication. I was still too immature to understand all the messages coming my way. And then someone in his office told me that my husband had a bracelet made for her. I walked into this man's office one day and I said, "Oh, what's in that parcel?" Oh, he said, "You should look at that." I said, "Well, I'm going to look at it." So I opened it and there was a bracelet. I was devastated. And he said, "Well, he's going to give it to her tonight." So rage, you know, I can't be honest with me. But no, absolutely cut me dead. Because if he'd made a decision, it wasn't going to work, it wasn't going to work. He'd found the virgin, sacrificial lamb. And in a way, he was obsessed with me, but it's hot and cold, hot and cold. You never knew what mood it was going to be. Up and down, up and down. I went upstairs, had lunch with my sisters who were there, and I said, "I can't marry him, I can't do this. This is absolutely unbelievable." And they were wonderful and said, "Well, bad luck, Dutch, your face is on the tea towel, so you're too late to chicken out."
Too young and love.
Okay, the sacrifice started with her. Okay, and then in our time now, we have those two boys. We could see them from light and days. Okay, two different boys. The one that she helped raise until 12 years old, and then the other one where the institution raised. Light and days. We cannot be blind by this anymore. Okay, and then you see there's Harry and Meghan who become the light that I was talking at the end of my last video. I don't know if it's going to be two-part because it's an hour and 30 minutes. So Harry and Meghan have sacrificed their well-being for us to see the light. The nonsense that was about, I'm pretty sure we're going to make it through this election. Okay, to help people see what was going on. Go to my last video. Hopefully I do the thumbnails before I finish. Okay, so yeah, they sacrificed themselves. So for us, many of us, like myself, I wasn't following them, for us to see what was going on, because the same BS that was playing out in the UK, it's happening in the US. All right, and which helped Kamala Harris's team to see this is the way to approach this particular her campaign. Not to talk to the media at the beginning of her campaign. Go to the people first. Let the people know who you are. And then later on, go to the media. Let them spread the words. She didn't give them an ounce of sound bites for them to take to manipulate, to create a narrative of who she is when it's not. All right, so let's continue. It's almost done, by the way.
Loving and happy faces are, in their own very individual way, putting a smile back into a broken-hearted, miserable Britain.
Miserable Britain. All right, so let's go back. I just played that. Okay, so there's me again. She is the best friend with Jeremy Clarkson, who wrote an article calling for sexual violence to be committed against Meghan, her stepdaughter-in-law. Am I the only one who sees the hypocrisy? Okay, she's responding to the ITV thing. Okay, pretending we didn't know anything about her past, because the media, they rely on the media to blind the people. Thank you, Netflix, for pushing through, because they're literally trying to keep people in the dark. Okay, so there's my response here. Did she raise awareness of herself? She was one of the primary abusers of Princess Diana. She needs to reveal her secret in that documentary. While at it, she needs to tell us how she's able to shift the media from highlighting her abusive ways. This needs to be in the documentary. 48 people like it. Let's to comment under it. Let's see what they say here. Yet another me documentary to avoid at ITV. Okay. There's this person here. The absolute chicken gall of this woman. Diana was a victim of abuse by Charles and her for years, as he committed adultery from the day he married Diana. Don't think that level of betrayal is good for one's mental health, but now she wants to do something 30 years later. I'm telling you. So we could go on. Okay, there's the Jeremy Clarkson thing, and then the next day she went on a lunch get together with Clarkson and all the other one. Alright, okay, so what is this here? Stop hiding behind the victim, Camilla. You are enabler of abusers. Okay, let's see here. 19 seconds. I didn't know this was there. Again, it will be a screenshot, okay?
Hasn't got a great deal of time, and his role is going to have to really be to modernise and steer the ship to be ready for William.
His trump card to me actually is Camilla, who I know well. I really like her personally. I think she's been the one calming constant in his life, actually. But we're already reading that Prince Harry hasn't got a great deal.
We're already reading Prince Harry? I don't know. Alright. Why is at ITV doing royal propaganda and hiding reply on this thread? Okay, you're responding. At least pretend to be impartial rather than blatantly and shamelessly doing their PR. Such a worthwhile cause, sadly, and it's wonderful she is using her position to bring awareness to it. Okay, whatever. So let's leave that alone. That was my first tweet. Let's go to the next one. I forgot what it was about. But she has the audacity. Oh my goodness. Next tweet. I hope if... oh, what did I put here? Which one? Newsweek. Let's go it again. Which one popped up? So there's that here. Okay. Prince William documentary branded abject failure amid mixed review. I'm not gonna read that article. So this is Newsweek. Okay, bookmark this just in case you all get special phone call from that palace. Okay, the well know he's boring. Okay, that's a ad, I think. What is that here? Okay, speaking of homelessness, in October 2021, this person here lifted the lid on the reality of life for thousands of families across the country at risk of eviction and how losing a home impact the youngest member of our society. Support. Okay, so this is a YouTube thing. You guys could go and watch it. Branded by whom? The abject failure and Montecito still licking their wounds. If people are talking about and reviewing the documentary, then on its face, it's not a failure. The point is to get people talking about homelessness and the effort being made to help them. You're welcome for the explanation. Okay, what is it done? Okay, we could talk about it. Nobody really watched the document. Well, those who watched it said it didn't really solve the problem. There's one video that I did. I did 3 videos the last time on the first, I think. And one of them, they explained it then really did, the foundation of things. And then I went on to explain the recycle system where the government is putting people in poverty. The royal family pretend they're helping. And then the media is blinding the people. So he never got to the root of it where pretty much politician who's supposed to make rules and regulation to put people in good standard, living standard. And I went on to look at how much some professionals are making. And in one video, not the same one, another one where I sort of highlight in that particular video where there are professionals who are working, but they can't even pay their bills. So the system is not there to help people. It's to drain the life out of people. So he pretty much got people talking about the way he's living in a way. He's not doing what needs to be done to help the people. Yeah, you're probably right in a way. We're talking about it, but it sort of backfired in a way because he didn't solve the problem and people are seeing the way he's living, the lifestyle. And there's other thing as well in terms of as a landlord, the way the houses, people who rent from him, there's mold and all of that. So it raised a lot of questions, then answer. So I don't know. It, in my point of view, based on things that I see people are talking about, it backfired in a way. People are discussing the core issue of the problem that he did not solve and the way he is as a landlord. He really not a good person. So that's what people are getting out of it. All right, let's leave that alone. And actually, while I'm at it, it was not on the list. Let me go look for it. Because while I was at a get together and I saw it on my phone where they're branding him as a bad landlord and they're showing mold. I shared that on my community board. I was someplace when I saw it. So I never put it on the list. Oh, there it is. There it is here. Okay, I'll put this on the list now since we're talking about homelessness. Okay, the Duchy of Cornwall, supposed to be something. There's another video I just saw that talk about the Duchy of Cornwall. All right, too many things. One at a time. Breaking news. Prince William is a slum landlord while he goes about his fake homelessness PR about everyone having a right to a safe and stable home. His own tenant live in subhuman condition. Here are just a few pics. Okay, and one video I spoke about, I think it was Byline, who highlight, I think I have this video, who was talking about a child who got sick. I don't know if the child died, but the cause of the problem was due to mold in the house.
Now, taking a look at poverty and health back here in Britain. Now, this week saw the inquest into the death of the young boy Awab Ishak. And the conclusion was that toxic mold in his house had led to his death.
Okay, so that just crossed my mind. If I find it, I'll put it. If you don't see it in the video, that's because I didn't find it. Okay, exclusive. Scandal of Prince William's moldy, hard-to-heat royal rentals that don't meet standards. Our investigation with Channel 4 Dispatches has found that some of Prince William's tenants are at risk of fuel poverty and living in hard-to-heat homes with mold and damp issues. That was when? Wow, that was recent. 2 November. Yesterday. There's some images here. I mean, there are ways you could, insulate the house. I mean, if it's not theirs, they cannot do or remodel it themselves. The landlord will have to do it. Wow. There are ways you could do to prevent the mold. Wow, wow, wow. And those mold could cause sickness. What? And this person is doing with his or her bare hands? Wow. That's crazy. Okay. We live in a Duchy of Lancaster house for 2 years up until this year. Paid just short of 1,000, was it pound? And had an inch wide gap around the front door, single glazed window. Okay, these are things that could be fixed. Change the windows, put insulation and all that. And barely any insulation in the loft. Twice a year, our garden flooded with actual human excrement. Oh my God, OMG, so sorry to hear this. I'm glad you were able to get out. Okay, William, fix your home base first before you open your mouth. William hasn't learned yet. Okay, always using other people for his self-promotion. Willie is a psychopath. So I don't know if this person actually, but they have to tell their truth. Because the media they hijack the media. The media will not talk about this. Okay, so that was extra. There was something I just mentioned, but I forgot what it was. About someone who was talking about the Duchy of Cornwall. Let me see if I found it. Okay, I don't want to waste time because there's someplace I have to be at 10 a.m. later today. It's already for something. All right, let's focus on the list. Okay, dispatches can reveal how King Charles and Prince William are making millions from the taxpayer. In a joint investigation with The Time, we have uncovered lucrative deals with the armed forces, schools, and even the NHS. Okay, it's almost 4 minutes. Let's listen. There will be screenshot, okay? Maybe it was this one. Maybe it was this one. Okay, so let's listen here. I think it was this one. I already had it on the list.
There is no cost of living crisis for the royal family. It's taxpayers' money. Your money, it's my money, it's the viewers' money. Thousands of documents obtained by dispatches in a joint investigation with the Sunday Times reveal how hard up government departments, schools, and even the NHS are helping to keep the cash rolling in for Charles and William.
This is
precisely the sort of transparency.
Whew, thank God Harry and Meghan are out of there. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Because we do not want them to be in that mess. Because they would, even though Harry and Meghan had nothing to do with that, I could see the derangers put them in that circle of craziness. When it's only William and Charles who's in full control. Who knows? Maybe the horse is in control. But whatever. Let's continue. That was the video I was looking for, and it was next on my list.
That one would want. I think there's a public right to know how much it's costing.
We also have private sources of wealth, including 2 extensive land estates. The duchies of Lancaster and Cornwall make Charles and William £50 million a year.
Wow.
Charles and William's private estates both claim they are not funded by the taxpayer.
Yep, that's what the derangers want people to believe. Whenever they said, they create this nonsense, the runaround that, nah, they're not funded by the taxpayers. But, okay, let's listen. This needs to be recorded by itself. So when I need to make reference, I come back to it. Because if it's embedded in this video, I will not remember later on. But let's continue.
But our research reveals that the Duchy of Cornwall has charged the Navy over £1 million since 2004
Wow.
to allow it to build and use jetties and to moor warships. Dartmoor Prison, owned by the Duchy of Cornwall, the Prince of Wales' private estate.
Wow.
But despite the fact it doesn't house a single prisoner, our research reveals the latest lease is worth £1.5 million a year to the Duchy. That's £37.5 million over 25 years.
They are a very shrewd and very commercial landlord. They're not looking to give away money. They are a business. They're there to try and make a profit. They don't do it, just for love.
Just down the road, we found the state school in Princetown is paying thousands of pounds in rent every year. And we found at least 6 other state schools that make payments to the Prince of Wales' private estate worth nearly £600,000 over the lifetime of the leases. King Charles' private estate...
Clap to make a difference. When that happened, I was like, I can't believe these people. And some of their royalists eat it up. Clap to make for, I think it was for the NHS or something like that. My goodness, just clap and then everybody is happy. Similar to when similar to when William went and said, I'll give you a smile here and there. That should make a huge difference.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes that's more than financial.
Yeah. Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
Wow, they are playing the people, and this is what they want to bring in the US as well.
State, the Duchy of Lancaster, announced it was delighted to be able to help and support Guy's and St Thomas's NHS Foundation Trust in London to find a home for its new ambulance fleet. What it didn't make clear was that the deal was worth £11.4 million over 15 years.
Wow.
Why are there not peppercorn rents or social rents being charged for the NHS, for example?
The duchies consider themselves to be private estates, not businesses, and are exempt from paying any corporation tax.
Wow.
What should happen is that the profits that the duchies make out of it, they should be paying corporation tax on that.
Charles and William are not legally obliged to pay income tax either. Both
because I think there were some issues recently. He didn't release anything. If he did, I missed it because there were discussion maybe two months ago, the most 3. We're talking about he didn't release his tax or whatever that usually release every year. But anyway.
Both have volunteered to pay it on their duchy income, but only on what they say is left after spending on official activities. Prince William has refused to make public the amount paid. Since becoming king, neither has Charles.
I think it's past time for the duchies of Cornwall and Lancaster to ultimately be dissolved and folded into the Crown estate, where they have to give their profits to the Exchequer, and then some of that comes back to us, the taxpayer.
I'd love King Charles to volunteer that he would open up the affairs of all these organisations to much greater public scrutiny at a time when people are feeling poor.
Good luck with that. What does this say? The Duchy of Lancaster said it, quote, operates as a commercial company managing a broad range of land and property assets across England and Wales. It complies with all relevant UK legislation. Guess what? When laws are going to put and implemented, they want to see it first. When the Queen was alive, probably Charles will continue. They want to see the laws first to see how it applies to them. If it applies to them, they make sure to fix that it doesn't apply to them. If it's beneficial to them, that's a different story. Okay? So that they have control of that as well. All right, so let's continue. It complies with all relevant UK legislation and regulatory standards applicable to each range of business activities. What they should do now is remove them from seeing whenever something is going to implement it. The people who vote for MPs and whatever, okay, should have a say on that, and then applies to everybody. But then again, it's up to the people to make things work. Okay, while His Majesty the King takes a close interest in the work of the Duchy, the day-to-day management of the portfolio is the responsibility of the council and executive team. Okay, so how does that implement into paying fairly tax and things like that? Anyway, they will make excuses. Okay, it's continue playing. I thought there was something else. Anything else? No. Oh, wait. I think it changed slightly. Okay, there's that. The state with a commercial imperative which we achieve alongside our commitment to restoring the natural and generating positive social impact for the communities. I think it says this blacks it. Prince William has something, I can't see it, an expensive transformation of the duchy. This includes a significant investment to make the estate net zero by the end of 2033, as 32, publishing targeted mental health support for our tenants and working. What did I? The mold in the house, and you had one of the comments who said they left the place that was really in a bad condition. But whatever, put a statement out, word of salad, and let people go sit and eat on it. Okay, as working with Daily Mirror to reveal the condition some of Prince William's tenants are living in. Watch tonight 8:10 on Channel 4, streaming after Channel 4. Okay, excellent work. The Duchy are not their private property. They are only treated as private. They belong to the state and should be taken off the royals. What was it? When Charles became king, he removed a lot of charities off of him that the Queen used to take care of. So if he's receiving he's receiving more money because the money from the taxpayer, I believe, had increased. So if he's removing more charities from him, I think it was about 300 or so, 200 to 300 charities he removed as patron. So some other things should be removed where he's making the money. So whatever. All right, like any of this is new. LOL, the monarchy has been getting rich of the nation since the King Saxon. I agree with them. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, Family Feud. Did I put? Okay, yeah, I want to make sure I then all right, so this one is a lighter things. All right, this is in the US.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.